Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Oak Tree at Pleasanton Racetrack here on Wednesday. It is July the 4th, 2018. Gonna look at all the stakes races on today's program from Pleasanton, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5 for more selections for race courses around the world. Excellent card of racing from Oak Tree, Pleasanton, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Gonna look at all the stakes races 1, 2, and 8. So we have a mule race, a quarter horse race, and a feature thoroughbred race of the afternoon, which is some really nice racing. So let's get on to it. Starting off with the opener from Pleasanton. The first race, it's the Fred Cox Stakes. It's going for a purse of $5,500. It's for 3-year-olds and upwards here. Mules. Field of 6 mules going the distance of ground of 350 yards on the Pleasanton straightaway. 350. It's about a furlong and a half, I believe, maybe a little under. My top selection in this race, I like the 5-horse Bar JF Red Ticket. I'm gonna go 5-2-3-1 in the superfecta. 5-2-3-1 super. Top selection to 5-horse Bar JF Red Ticket. 9-2. This 13-year-old mare by Sterling Sweetwater. Hugo Herrera's on this one. Horse's most recent outing, first off the layoff, came on the 16th of June here at Oak Tree. 350 yards and speed index, $4,600. This horse finished second by a head that day. You know, caught into a speed duel early on, had to lead, and then got overtaken right before the wire by Cowboy Way, who's running back in this one. You know, she probably needed the race, but I think second off the break, she should run a lot better. She is 10-2 here at Pleasanton, so she has the experience to running here. Before that, she ran the 14th of October at Fresno, 440 in a stakes race for $5,500. Horse finished second by 3 1/4 lengths. She ran a great effort that day, closing up, I think. It wasn't a bad race there. And then a Fresno 350 in a allowance race a week earlier. She won by a length. She just had a really good, nice closing kick at the end for that victory. And probably one of her best races came at Ferndale around the turn, going 660 or the 3 furlong trip. You know, she won by 1/4 lengths, almost on a lead all throughout. She just had a very nice victory. I like her a lot here today. I think the old lady still has it in her, so watch out. So to recap my selections for the first from Oak Tree, it's the Fred Cox Stakes. As a top selection, I'm going to use the 5-horse Bar JF Red Ticket. Going to go 5-2-3-1 in the superfecta. So now let's get on to race number 2 from Oak Tree. The second race, it's Jack Robinson Handicap. It's handicap going for a purse of $8,000. This race is for 3-year-olds and upwards. Quarter horses here now. Field of 8 quarter horses going the distance of ground of, again, 350 yards. 350. My top selection in this race, I like the number 6 horse. The number 6, as my iPad spazzes out. The number 6 horse, who is Prima Cartel. I'm going to go 6-3-5-1 in the superfecta. 6-3-5-1 super. My top selection, the 6 horse, Prima Cartel, 10-year-old gelding. So the first race, I have a 13-year-old horse, and then the second race, I have a 10-year-old horse. If you add up those horses, you barely get my age. I'm 22 right now, and it's 23. So these horses are older than me combined in the first 2 races. But this 10-year-old gelding by Prime Talent, Luis Godoy, is on this one. This horse had his first off the layoff at Oak Tree a few weeks ago. 300 yards in launch race, 68,000. Horse finished 5th by 2 1/4 lengths that day. Didn't have the best beginnings, and that probably cost him the race. He just really couldn't keep up with them at the end. Also was his first off the layoff. Before that, Fresno 350 in a final for 8,000. Horse finished second by a nose. If he stayed a straight course that day, I think he could have won. But he was second best there. And then here at Pleasanton in the fall, 350 in a final for 8,000. Horse finished third by 1/4 lengths. He just couldn't keep up with them. They ran a very quick race that day, and he just didn't quicken up. But before that, he won at Santa Rosa very nicely and won at Sacramento very nicely. He ran this race last year, and he just got caught at the ride, but he ran a decent effort. Last year's race was his first race in nearly 2 years, so maybe he needed the race. But I think coming here second off the break, he should run well. I'll take my chances, so watch out. So to recap my bets for today's second race from Oak Tree at Pleasanton, it's Jack Robinson Handicap. As the top selection, I'm going to use a 6-horse Prima Cartel. I'm going to go 6-3-5-1 in the superfecta. So now let's get on to race number 8 from Oak Tree. The 8th race, it's the Oak Tree Sprint. It's going for a purse of $50,000. This race is for 3-year-olds and upwards. Field of 5 horses going the distance of ground of 1,200 meters, or the distance of ground of 6 furlongs here. Featured thoroughbred event of the afternoon. feature race of the afternoon all around. My top selection here, I'm going to go to the 5-horse Runaway. Going to go 5-2-3 in the TriCast to the trifecta. 5-2-3 TriCast trifecta. Top selection, the 5-horse Runaway. 3-0 Colt by Runaway and Hyde. Juan Hernandez is on this one for Simon Callahan, who sends this one in from Santa Anita. This horse, I think, is the speediest horse in the race, and he's the the most experienced, I think, with class. This is a massive step down class for this horse. His most recent outing came 10th of June at Santa Anita, a mile and 1/16th in grade 3 affirmed. This horse finished 6th by 17 3/4 lengths. A little bit of an action early on, and then hit the wall. It just couldn't keep up with them, there. Before that, Pimlico on a sloppy going 6 furlongs in the Chick Lang Stakes. Horse finished 6th by 16 lengths. The track wasn't playing. You had to be on the lead to win that afternoon, and this horse just really never showed up. It was a very weird Pimlico surface that week of the Preakness. And then before then, the Bob Hope at Del Mar 7 furlongs, November the 11th. Horse finished 5th by 11.5 lengths. Stalked early, then kind of hit the wall. But before that, he ran quite nicely. He won the Barrett's Juvenile, closing up well. Finished 3rd in the Del Mar Futurity, which wasn't a half bad race. Won the Best Pal, won the Santa Anita Juvenile, and broke his mean going 4.5 at Santa Anita very easily. He's a speedy horse here, and I think off the break, this horse can run a big one. Well, not off a break, but change of scenery, this horse should run a big one. So watch out. So to recap my bets for the 8th from Oak Tree at Pleasanton, it's the Oak Tree Sprints. It's the top selection. I'm going to use the 5-horse Runaway. I'm going to go 5-2-3 in the TriCast, so the trifecta. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5.